Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cut Into the Ball, the post-truth apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And this week's topic is going to be Loch Ness predominantly, but I got a bit carried away and started looking at some other unusual UK cryptids that we have, so there'll be a little bit on that as well towards the end, because I quite like the idea that we have some unique ones as well as some shared ones. We have Bigfoots as well.
I think the Loch Ness Monster is probably the most famous.
I would argue it's the most famous cryptid after Bigfoot.
It's up there with Bigfoot, isn't it? It's like the big two of the cryptid world.
The daddies.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them fight.
If it was a monsters of cryptids.
That'd be a
tour,
good show, wouldn't it?
There'd be your two headliners, wouldn't they?
Definitely.
Alternating each night, you know.
And I'd like to see them fight for the crown of ultimate cryptid.
Me too.
But as they're cryptids, they don't
I
exist.
don't actually know. If we think about it logically, it might actually be a really shit fight. Because Nessie's not going to come out of the water. And how good of a swimmer is Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
It could just be like 2 seconds of Bigfoot struggling. and then some little bubbles.
Well, if he survives the first round, we'll put Nessie on dry land.
Okay. But then she's just going to suffocate.
No,
we
no,
need to
'cause it's-
construct some sort of
No.
scuba diving outfit for...
It's not a fish, is it?
Oh,
I don't think.
It's a
Okay.
pleiosaur, isn't it? It's meant to be a pleiosaur, which
I
is
assume it isn't a fish.
like a
it's-
dinosaur. I think that she can come on. She's been spotted on land. She can come on. She can
Okay.
come on land. I think we'll be all right.
Would it not be more fair if we constructed some sort of scuba combat suit for Bigfoot and he could enter the water without fear of drowning and have a fair sort of floating fist fight with Nessie?
What about if we just cordon off an area instead of putting them in a ring or anything like that?
Right.
And there's some water, there's some land, there's some
bit
trees,
of everything.
bit of everything, bit of different terrain.
That's more
So
fair.
like Bigfoot goes back in the woods. He's like, "No, you're on my territory, bitch."
Yeah. It's a bit more fair. It's going to be harder to sell that though, like tickets. We need to get them in an arena idea.
Yeah, well, we'd have webcams
But-
up to the woods, wouldn't we?
Okay, yeah. I guess. Still,
Be like Love Island, but with cryptids.
Cryptid Island.
Yeah.
See if they get it on.
I don't want to see the babies.
Nessie just wraps that big long neck around his dick like a snake and gives him the world's weirdest cryptic neck job. I can't believe I just said those words.
The thing is, though, the people who look into this are called cryptozoologists, and people make a career out of this shit.
They do, they write book
Yeah,
after
and you're like,
book.
they've got no evidence whatsoever, apart from eyewitness accounts, which, as we know, can be a bit dubious, unless it's the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. But so it's like, I want to be a cryptozoologist now because I could write shit like this and make some money out of it.
Certainly could. I've often thought this. I look at the books on the Amazon, the conspiracy books, and I fantasise, but I could knock together one of these pieces of shit, surely. You know, pick 20 conspiracies, bang out 1,000 words for each one, and boff.
He made
There
a
you
cult
go.
in afternoon, so.
There you go.
Well,
Less of it, more of a cult than you've got.
I haven't tried to start one.
Moving on.
Should we get some weird news
Yes,
then?
so
Yes.
before we start, we will head into the world of weird news, some weird shit we found on the internet the last few days. Take about 20 minutes, half an hour. Then we'll get into the main cut and thrust of the subject.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I promise next time we will have that jingle eventually. I'm still working on it. It's hard work, you know, these complex recording sessions. So for now, we'll just say weird news.
Yeah.
Okey-doke. Burberry burns bags, clothes and perfume worth millions.
Wow.
Why?
Burberry, the upmarket British fashion label, destroyed unsold clothes, accessories and perfume worth 28.6 million last year to protect its brand.
Wow. So in the last 5 years, they've basically destroyed 90 million quid's worth of stock.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
that's Burberry aren't that fucking popular anymore. The chabs have moved on now, haven't they? They used to always have the ads. I don't recall seeing anyone a Burberry ad for ages now.
You're
What?
thinking of Burberry the pattern,
Ah.
Mrs. Burberry, the company, who I think did start off with that pattern.
I wouldn't. Yeah, maybe that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
Wow.
The idea is that they're scared it will get into sort of like retail shops like T-Max and stuff, cut down prices, and
just bring down
affect the
whole
brand. So they'd rather burn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just say a lot if you
They burn it.
just think so. All them poor little, the African kids we see on what's it called? The big charity we have for that every year in March, Red Nose Day. Yeah. Comic Relief. Sorry. There's always a couple of African kids trotting around in last season's Man United shirt when they could be trotting around
Last year's Burberry.
in last year's Burberry.
With a nice handbag to go with it.
Yeah.
But then if you see an Ethiopian with a Burberry, that's what they're worried about. They think it's going to cheapen the brand.
Yeah, because if you're the sort of try and put yourself in the mindset. I know it's difficult, boys. Of your average sort of cunt that would go.
That's not too difficult.
Well, not an average cunt, a more upmarket cunt. The sort of cunt who cares about the label on their clothing. Somebody who's got £200 to spend on fucking
Kind of
socks.
person that buys GQ just for the ads.
Yeah. The sort of person who's genuinely
The fuck's
got.
GQ?
Is it GQ magazine?
Yeah, the fashion. I love that you don't know that, Ben. That's really cool. But it's.
I genuinely don't know what GQ is.
You shouldn't. I don't expect you to, and I'm proud of you for not. But essentially, like, there are people out there whose monthly clothing budget is in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds. They're out there. That sort of person sees Burberry, like you say, on one of those African kids, on one of those adverts. That type of cunt probably is likely to go, well, I'm never buying that shit again.
Yeah.
I'm going to the next boutique. And
the next boutique just around the corner.
yes, I go to shop at the new funky one that no one's ever heard of. But from Burberry's perspective, it clearly makes more business sense. It will cost us less to take this 90 million hit and just fucking torch the lot of it than it will to let it get into the hands of the normies.
And your street market guys.
Yeah.
You
That's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, you nailed it.
Fucking burn, raise it to hell, fucking burn it.
That's
Oh
the
my
logic
God.
of capitalism, mate.
Wow.
All the effort and manufacturing labour that went
Yeah.
into producing it, just
Up in smoke.
that should be illegal, man.
Yeah.
Somehow. Or maybe you should find a happy medium, say, okay, don't destroy it completely, but rip off any of your labelling, anything that's, so they might not be good enough to sell in a shop, but they will be good enough to give to
The
somebody
homeless.
who's
There you
got
go.
fuck all, yeah.
Good compromise.
Yeah. Oh, burn it!
Yeah.
Burn it.
Do not let the poor people touch my stock. Burn it!
Yep.
So there's
I like to think the
90
that's the
million pounds.
Monopoly
Burn it!
I like to think that's the Monopoly man saying that. He turns up in a little car, throws some money in the air and goes, burn it all! Burn it all! And then just drives off.
It makes more economic sense to torch it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, but morally, Mr. Monopoly, what sort of sense does that make?
Makes perfect sense.
Capitalism doesn't factor in morals, does it?
No.
That's the problem with it.
Well,
But
that's...
sweet, sweet money.
God, I wish I had some of that.
Me too. So I'll have a drink to money.
Yeah. Fuck you, capitalism.
So, yeah. I think that's a pretty fucked up story, to be honest.
Yep, I thought so. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to see a live demonic possession?
I have a feeling we're going to.
I have a feeling this is just an attention-seeking guy who may be mentally ill, but alright. Or a stooge planted by the pastor. One of the two. How long's
Let's
it on
watch it
for?
first before you pass judgment, Benjamin.
Who's this Benjamin that you speak? I told you, he was my evil twin. I killed him in the womb.
Okay,
That
this
was your
is-
mum with a coat hanger.
I was born... I was,
I'm
well,
a joke.
yeah, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Nothing to do with privilege or anything, just a really bad attempt at an abortion. Maybe I've told that joke before. I don't know.
It's a goodie.
It is. Okay, possession.
Yeah, demonic possession on Emmanuel.tv.
Who are you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ? Speak in the mighty name of Jesus.
Oh, stop for some reason.
The devil.
The
The
devil.
devil.
Yeah, he's a friend
Who
of the
are you
show.
in the mighty name of Jesus Christ? Speak in the mighty name of Jesus. Who are you? Who are you in this body? What have you done to this body? Holy Ghost fire! Holy Ghost fire all over your body! Holy Ghost fire all over your body! Who are you? I command you to speak in Jesus' name. What have you done to this body? Speak in Jesus' name. Who are you? What have you done to this body?
Everything!
Name them. What have you
I
done to
make
them?
him small!
What else?
I destroy him!
How have you destroyed him? How have you destroyed him in Jesus' name?
Oh, God.
So what do you
He's
think
a
of
great
that?
performance artist, I'll give him that.
I think
I couldn't have kept a straight face through all of that.
I think that's one of the best professional wrestling promos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it could be.
I
actually.
make him small!
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Everything!
Did you notice there was no fucker there?
No, he's a big fan of.
The ultimate warrior!
These people are fucking lunatics.
You don't think there was a demon inside him then?
No,
No, because it's only Christians or stooges who get possessed.
I think it's all a bit fucking silly, really, isn't it? I mean, she was there saying, like,
She didn't
basically.
say a lot, though, did she?
Well, it is a bit like wrestling because she was giving him the. She was going, fire all over the body, fire all over the body. Like hint, hint, shake a bit more. And he's like, oh yeah, fire. Oh, I can do that.
Oh,
Fire.
that's me cue. Hang
Oh,
on.
I'm having a shake.
Yeah.
Oh, fire all over the body. One thing I know, he's going to be very sore after all that shaking around. It was very intense.
It was.
But he was doing it all on purpose, clearly.
I made him small!
The thing is that if he made him small, how big was he before the possession? Because he was quite a tall chap to begin with.
And what was she spraying him with? Hairspray?
Holy water,
I
I'd
figured
imagine.
as much.
Hairspray?
Apple juice or something. Well, it might be just as much fucking use, wouldn't
It
it?
wouldn't be apple juice, I'd get really sticky on him. You wouldn't like that after.
Well, I imagine holy water's fairly sticky from all the dirty old priests that swilled their fucking cocks in it.
Oh, allegedly. No, wait, no, I don't say allegedly. It's probably true.
If I swill me cock before I abuse the boy, it doesn't really count. I apologise to all the Irish people and anyone else who was offended by that joke. Shall we have a news story?
So we're not down with the demonic possession then. Just
What a load of fucking cockwads.
and the best of it is, people are going to throw her money because of that.
Yeah.
So get us, you're a bit of a performance artist. I'll put a dog collar on, splash some water at you. You pretend to be possessed, I'll make a few quid. I'm not doing it now. Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Literally all the person was
Yeah.
doing.
So-
So that's all it takes. You know what I mean?
We can make a few quid out of that. We could tour America as you and me, my possessed stooge.
There you go.
Mike can be the fucking money man. Actually, no, better not. He's against capitalism.
Okay.
Mike can be the promoter,
When
and
they-
he can book us into churches, and I'll unpossess you,
There you go. And
exercise you. Even there you go. That's a better word.
when they ask me what the devil did to me, I'll drop my kegs and say,
He made it small! It used to be bigger, I swear!
so, there we go, we'll make a fortune.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
We're very entrepreneurial this evening,
yeah.
aren't we?
Okay, move on.
Yeah.
Another video for you.
Okay. This is from Woke Sloth.
I was
Is
just
this
about to say,
is
that's
this
an oxymoron, isn't it?
Isn't this
Yeah, it is
so?
a
Is this
bit,
a page of people who are quite slow off the uptake, but yet want to be woken?
I.e. all of America.
Some of it.
And Britain.
Yeah.
The world. Fucking hell. We all want enlightenment, but we don't want to do the effort. We don't make an effort for it.
Okay,
Very true.
This is from the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he went out to the streets of New York and he asked people, "Can you name a country?
Just
Well-
penny.
Just any country,
Okay.
and where it is on a map."
Okay.
Well, that have to be fairly easy. I mean, they've got Canada up north and Mexico up the south. I mean, it's
Well, you think so?
you think you
You'll
know
soon
that?
find out.
You think you know the one closest to you?
I don't know if this will be educational, but the president is overseas. He's visiting Belgium, England, Scotland, and then his pal Putin in Finland. It's a big trip with many important ramifications. It's imperative that America has strong relationships with and knowledge about people in other lands, and that responsibility extends to all of us, not just the president. So we came up with a test. The test is very simple. went out on the street, we asked people who were passing by to name a country on a map. That's it. We had a map, we said name a country, any country, and here's how that went.
Can you name any country on this map?
Honestly, my geography is so horrible. I can't name anything. Like
Try
nothing.
naming something.
Is this South Africa?
Nope.
We have the country of Asia.
Nope. That's a continent.
The country of Asia.
Russia.
Oh, damn. I'm silly.
That's okay.
He's Asian!
Man, it's been a while since I've been in school.
That's okay. Any country on the map.
Africa.
That's a continent.
Country. Damn it.
How about a country in Africa?
I know South Africa's over here somewhere.
No, it's
it's
south.
down here, yeah.
Yeah, it's south.
Oops.
Can you name any country on this map?
Yeah. Africa?
That's a continent.
Oh, God.
Can you name any countries in Africa?
God, no. Who knows stuff like that?
Can you name any country on this map?
Yes. Africa.
That's a continent.
Oh, country.
Greenland or Iceland or something?
That's Alaska. Any country.
You know,
And on the entire map.
this is so horrible.
Where's America?
I would say this big one, but I'm probably wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Okay.
Can you name any country on this map?
Oh my gosh. Shouldn't I be taught this in school?
I would hope so.
South America?
That's a continent.
Oh my god.
How about a country in South America?
Yeah. Honduras is here, somewhere here.
Can you name any country in Europe?
Is this one Europe?
No.
This one?
No. Can you name a single country in Africa?
Was this Africa?
No, again, that's South America.
No idea.
Can you name a country in South America?
Okay, this is South America.
Yes, can you name a country in it?
No, I can't.
Did you go to high school?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, that's a sad part.
Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Brazil,
It's like a little 10-year-old kid.
Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, United States, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea.
Well, fair play to him.
Good lad. Finally, at least there's one. Fuck me.
And I did point out, I think I said it a few weeks ago, that most Americans, A, don't own a passport, or B, never leave the country. So it doesn't surprise me that their world knowledge isn't fantastic.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be poor, but you didn't think it'd be that poor.
I thought, I mean...
I've only been to 2 other countries, and I can fucking point to way more than that on a map. So I don't buy the whole, oh, they don't travel much. They could still, you know, school.
Well, she says we shouldn't have been taught this in school. I mean, they must get taught that in school.
TV.
Must
well,
do.
yeah, but they've obviously forgotten it. Or they didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
There was a man, clearly, of South American descent, who couldn't name a fucking country. Where was your dad from? There's a start. Or your granddad.
That one guy's like, oh yeah, he was East Asian in origin, and he's like, yeah, it's over here. That's Russia. You know, that's the continent of Russia. Oh, you should at least fucking know that, mate. Come on.
Well, all I can say is God bless America.
They need it. They need all the help they can get.
Well, if you want to put the tinfoil hats on, this is all part of the plan, isn't it? The
Dumb us
dumbing
down,
of
yeah,
the
of course.
population.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain how the little kid do it all.
How can you
Well,
know
there's
about
always
world
the exception.
events if you don't know any?
Why would you give a fuck? Yeah, they're blowing up countries I literally have never heard of. I don't know where those people. Imagine when they hear it on the. Oh, there was a bombing in Belarus. It must be like. What did he say?
In all fairness, though, I was with my dad telling me that when the Falklands were invaded in '82, he got really worried because they thought they were off the coast of Scotland. But how many British people wouldn't know what the Falklands were? I mean,
I didn't.
No, he was heard of it. It's just a little bit of rock down in the South Atlantic, but he thought they were off the coast of Scotland and got really panicked. Like, shit, what are they doing there?
Oh, well, yeah. So Jimmy Kimmel's proved it scientifically. Your average American's dumb as rocks. God bless you, America. We love you.
Nah, I don't know. You never know whether that's all planted or not, do you? It's
didn't look
few
it.
stooges, you know.
Didn't look it. It looked genuine.
Few crisis actors. That video didn't exist.
False flag.
That's a false flag video, Jimmy.
Jimmy Kimmel's a shill.
He's part of the lamestream media.
Oh no. Mind you, I should walk that back a little bit. Maybe it doesn't prove all Americans are dumb as rocks. Maybe it proves that your average American who stops to talk to a late night TV producer who's trying to get footage on the street is shit at geography. But then that might also lead you to then assume
other
that
things.
it may not be so hot on biology, you know,
Yeah,
anything like that. They're probably creationist. There's a good chance they were taught that in school.
I did watch some disturbing footage of a homeschooling Christian mom with her daughters, and it was weird because the mom and the daughters were all dressed identically, even down to the little red bow in their hair. It was a bit fucking creepy, to be fair. Bit Village of the Damned thing going on, and they're like, okay, what's 2 times 3? And they're like, and these kids were ranging from like 4 to 10. She had about 5 of them, and you're like.
This is a good segue actually into Loch Ness Monster.
Okay then.
Alright, go on.
Because I got an article. The Loch Ness Monster is real. What students are learning from publicly funded Christian textbooks.
Okay, so let's start with the Loch Ness Monster and let's start with this article. Okay, that's interesting, and then we'll get on to some sightings and a bit of background. So, do you want to scroll back to the top and then say, thanks to a bill pushed through by Governor Bobby Jindal, thousands of students in Louisiana receive state voucher money transferred from public school funding to attend private religious schools, some of which teach from a Christian curriculum that suggests the Loch Ness Monster disproves evolution and states that the alleged creature, which has never been demonstrated to even exist, and believe me, it fucking hasn't, has been trapped by submarine and is probably a Pleiosaur. The curriculum also claims that a Japanese fishing boat caught a dinosaur. Godzilla, anybody? Oh no! Here come Godzilla!
Go, go, Godzilla!
Ah, great song. That's not as good as Don't Fear the Reaper though, is it?
Oh no.
Both the same band. You know? Blue Oyster Cult?
Yes.
Yeah. On the list of schools approved to receive funding through the voucher funding, which critics warn could eventually cut public school funding, man, that's a lot of funding in a sentence, in half, are schools that teach from the Christian fundamentalist A. Becker book. Is the name of the book? Yeah? A Becker book?
Yeah.
Bob Jones University Press and Accelerated Christian Educated Curriculum. That sounds quite thrusting, though. What's in that curriculum? In 2011, researcher Rachel Tabachnik and I produced a 35-minute documentary on the spread of a similar voucher program in Pennsylvania and other states titled School Choice, Taxpayer-Funded Creationism, Bigotry and Bias. If you read this article from Alternate Net, you can find the link to that embedded at the bottom of the article, should you want to read it. So that's worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, this is an excerpt from the book, one of the books.
The Accelerated Christian Education Science textbook,
yeah.
right? Oh, you're a scientist, so come on.
Are dinosaurs alive today? Scientists are becoming more convinced of their existence.
Are you, Mike?
Yeah, they are alive today. They're called birds.
Yes.
And alligators.
And megalodons.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. Megalodon. No, Meg it's called. Anyway, yeah, so, in order to sort of, if I'm understanding this correctly, to sort of disprove evolution, these fundamental Christians are saying, oh no, dinosaurs...
They're real, man. They're knocking about today.
Yeah, they're still about. They didn't die out. There was no meteor. And then, it was Adam and Eve. Don't worry about it.
They only had 2 sons.
There's still one swimming around a loch in Scotland.
Yep, a live plesiosaur.
Yeah, which proves everything the Bible says. Because have you ever seen the footage of Ken Ham's Ark in Kentucky? I think it's in Kentucky.
Haven't, no.
Oh man, that's... Yeah. You've got like animatronic dinosaurs pulling plows for humans and little kids having a pet triceratops and all that. And that's like, this is what happened. This is it.
That sounds fucking awesome.
It does, but they're being taught that as fact.
Well, that's less awesome. But if it was in a comic book, it would be awesome.
Yeah. Should we go through Plesiosaurus facts? They lived from the early to the middle Jurassic period. Note, early to middle Jurassic period. They died. They died.
But that's not really that long, is it?
Not
Considering the age of the dinosaurs.
Well, these periods are massive.
Yeah, but for considering the dinosaurs were about for a long, long time, that's not that long for them.
No.
So they were probably pretty useless animals.
Lived in oceans all over the world. Was a marine reptile. May have laid eggs in the sand like sea turtles. So if it was a plesiosaur, you'd see it coming to land to give birth.
Well, it knocks some eggs out anyway.
Yeah, and it'd be more chance to see it on land, wouldn't it?
But hasn't
It might not do it right in the open though. It might, do it in a cave.
Yeah.
In the sand on a cave.
It was twice as long as an horse and weighed twice as much as a pig.
Oh, like the last woman I slept with.
What sort of measurement?
Did she look like a mixture between the two?
No, she was perfectly fine.
Right.
She was just really tall.
So, excuse me, Professor, could you please tell me the dimensions of the plesiosaur?
Well,
Twice as long as a horse and weigh twice as much as a pig.
oh, thank you, Professor. I'll put that on my
Thank you,
coursework.
Professor, yes. What fucking measurements are they?
Yeah, because I'm trying to picture a horse. Who would you say a horse is as long as your average kind of UK car?
Well, it's as long as an horse, isn't it?
Yeah. How long is a horse?
Yeah, that's
a great rhetorical question.
Long as a hatchback.
How many pieces of string make up a horse? Fuck! I'm losing my mind. I can't compute. What else did they do then?
They breathed air, and they were a piscivore and or a carnivore.
Piss.
Yeah.
So they ate fish and meat, on a bit of both.
Yeah.
Greedy fat bastards. No wonder
Well-
they found a life in Scotland.
Well, when you're twice as long as an horse and weigh twice as much as a pig, Gaz, you eat whatever you can.
And the name means almost lizard.
Nice.
So one of David Icke's mates only half fucked it. Or something. I don't know. Somebody fucked a pleiosaur. That's what I'm getting from this.
To create the reptile elite.
Yeah. Somewhere along the line.
Interesting.
Pleiosaurs are the offshoot. They're the ones that didn't quite take. Like it said, not quite a lizard.
So they just dumped him in the water.
Yes. Not quite a man, not quite a lizard. Who wants to raise that freak? So yeah, they
With
just
his
threw him
massive
off-
neck.
Yeah, they just threw him off bridges. Like the penguin at the start of Batman Returns.
Yes. Thinking
That's
that.
how Nessie got to the land. Solved it, right. See you next week, boys.
Oh, get on that lizard. Apparently, though, they weren't very good swimmers.
Oh. Well, they were fucked then, weren't they?
They weren't adapted enough. Well, they were all right at it, but they weren't as good as a pleiosaur.
Should they have been better at it because they lived in fucking water? Would it have not been an idea to have been like sort of world class at swimming?
You'd think that.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's believed that the animals behave very much like. It says tea turtles, but I think that's sea turtles.
This is a fine article.
Yes, it's.
The tea
What is the
turtle. So that's
article?
where tea leaves come from.
This is from newdinosaurs.com.
Oh, well, that's the premier website if you want dinosaur-related news.
Compared to most of the websites we usually read from, that's fucking top brass, that is. New dinosaur.
I got an article later on from a respected UFO writer.
There's no such thing.
He's kind of sold a lot of books.
Respected by who? Men with beards who sit in deck chairs in the desert going, there's one. There's another one.
Yeah, them guys buy a lot of books, they do.
They fucking do. That's why we need to put our heads together. That's to write a fucking conspiracy book.
Oh, but have all the angles been covered.
There's literally tens of pounds to be made.
And a lucrative speaking tour across America.
There you go. So back to the dinosaur. The dinosaur who couldn't swim, who lived in the water.
Yeah. Well, should I tell you
Fed
about...
on fish and mollusks.
This sounds like a Pixar cartoon.
It does
somewhat.
actually, doesn't it? Yeah. It
I live in
does.
the water, but I can't swim.
And then he meets a plucky fish who teaches him just in time for the big swimming competition. It's right itself! Eventually they fall in love.
Just crying thinking about it.
They fall in love, but their cross-species love can't hope to exist, and the fish is eaten by his brother.
Who's a racist shark.
He's a racist shark. Gotcha. Boom. There we go. We'll get Tommy Robinson to voice the shark.
Pepe the Plesiosaurus.
Fucking hell,
That was
fantastic.
Good stuff. Yeah, bless him.
Can we call a quick break?
We may.
Thank you.
I'm very civilised.
You did. It does Tuesday.
Well, that's true.
We're back. So, shall I take you through a bit of a history of Nessie and the sightings?
Yes, please.
Take me through the history of Nessie.
Now, Loch Ness is the largest collection of fresh water in the UK in a lake. It is the biggest lake. It's another word for a loch, by the way, you can have in Scotland. So this is fucking huge.
Oh, there we go. Here's right at the start, learning with Ben. So loch.
Can I have a jingle?
Yeah. It's just a fucking lake. There's nothing all these years I thought a loch was something special, something different.
No, it's just a big lake. Or a little lake.
It's a Scottish lake. Speak fucking English, for Christ's sake. Lake Ness? The Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah, it sounds better as Loch Ness, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's just a fucking lake, innit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just blew my mind. Right from the start.
Now,
that's what we do on this podcast.
Popular belief and interest in the creature has varied since it was brought to worldwide attention in 1933. However, evidence of its existence is anecdotal, with only a few disputed photographs and sonar readings. The earliest report of we'll refer to it as Nessie. Eh?
Nessie, yeah.
Nessie.
Yeah.
Do you remember that kid show, The Family Ness?
I do. I've got a video clip of that, so I'm glad you mentioned it.
The Family Ness. This was
no way.
1990. It was earlier than 94, wasn't it?
That's about right, 94, I think.
Is it? Maybe. It's about a family of Loch Ness monsters who lived in the loch and evaded the dastardly country people trying to spot them.
You don't remember no recollection of it, no?
You might remember the tune. The end tune was catchy.
Okay.
There you go. You'll never see a Nessie in the zoo because they're not real.
I have no.
Maybe jumping off the fence a little bit. To be fair, but, when you spent 3 hours watching video evidence of Nessie,
you'd forgot to do your quotes, air quotes, video evidence.
Well, it was video evidence. It was video footage
of Nessie.
No, it was of a fucking log or the wake left by a boat.
Right.
But,
or a man with a long green sock on his
or
own.
An otter. Or
an otter.
Yeah, they're not filming.
Or a duck.
Or anything that leaves a big enough wake, really. I don't know. Yeah, and it was
fat duck.
Fat ducks.
Fat duck's been mistaken for Nessie.
Or a little submersible with an elongated neck and a head on it, which is
You'll be astonished actually, because of there's no sort of horizon. If you're looking at in a picture, there's no horizons. You don't know the scale, do you?
No, you don't.
So that's why a duck could be perceived as a
Nessie.
As a Nessie.
Pleiosaur.
If there's no other sort of references in the picture.
Science with Mike.
Wow.
Boom.
Fuck me, this has been very educational so far. I shouldn't have got so high.
Don't worry, you'll get high and remember it again.
Oh, when I re-listen, that's true. Okay.
Whew. The earliest report of Nessie appears in the Life of Saint Columba, written in the 6th century AD. That's Saint Columba, not Saint Columbo. Just one more thing there, Nessie. Where were you when the man was bitten in half? Saint Columbia, sorry.
He should be a saint.
He should be.
Come on, the amount of fucking murders he solved.
Exactly.
He's a national hero.
He's put a lot of perps off the streets, man, and behind bars.
Twisted, clever killers as well. I mean, oh man, it doesn't bear thinking about.
He had a glass eye, I think.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
There you go.
Come on, one-eyed man solving crimes. What's next?
Without resorting to firing a shot as well.
In the world of blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Oh, maybe Columbo was a whole fucking metaphor for our society.
Possibly.
The one-eyed man sees clearer than all.
There is a statue of him in some South American country somewhere, I'm sure of it.
South American country?
Yeah, I'm sure it's some weird random country for some reason. Big old Columbo fans. You know, like how there's Norman Wisdom. What country is it where Norman Wisdom's like the national hero?
You're thinking Albania and
Yeah.
Spike Milligan.
No, it's definitely Norman Wisdom.
You sure?
Yeah, the fall on his face guy.
And I know the Albanians have a thing for Spike.
Okay, either way, there's a similar thing happening in one of these South American countries with Columbo. There's a statue of him. I think it was always on telly, prime time.
Yeah, but Columbo wasn't even a real person.
There's a statue of
At least Norman Wisdom
There's a
was.
statue of Rocky in Philadelphia. He was a real person.
I'm going to have to do
Yeah,
actual
good one.
journalism now. I'm sorry, live on air. Because I don't.
And then of course you've got the Michael Jackson statue outside Fulham.
Yeah. There you go.
That
He's a
awful
real
Christian.
Here we go.
Yeah, but he's a real person, but he's in Fulham.
I think we should have a statue of Newt from Aliens.
And they mostly come at night.
Would you like to
Mostly
see
round
this?
it in.
Yeah.
Would you like to see the fucking Columbo statue?
Yeah, man.
Which is in Budapest, Hungary. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
a little bit off, but
Yeah.
they fucking love him in Budapest.
That's mad.
They've got a big bronze Columbo statue. Oh no, I've got to accept the cookies. There he is.
Oh, he looks like him as well.
It's actually quite a good statue.
It is actually, yeah. That's very. And you know what? It's in Budapest, quite a historic city. That fits in.
There we go. And
Saint Columbo.
if he wasn't dead, he could solve the fucking Nessie thing for us.
He'd have been there. He'd had it fucking
He'd
sorted.
pop his glass eye out and throw it in the middle of the lake.
What, then swim after it? What's that going to achieve?
No, it'll send signals back to his brain and he'll fucking...
It's not bionic eye, Gaz. It's just a
I'm
run of
mixing
the.
up my specters.
It's just a run of the. It's just a run of the mill glass eye. Nothing special.
Just chucks his eye and the guy's
It's not like
You know, then he's got to put a patch on because in the Highlands of Scotland he's going to get a nasty chill in that socket.
It's not like if Batman had a glass eye.
No,
then-
no, it's just a glass eye. Just.
He'd have to
No.
just go out and go and get it.
But why would Batman throw his own glass eye out? He'd have
Because
a
it would give
spare.
off a signal.
Yeah, but he'd
to
have a
his
spare
brain
one,
so
he'd have
could
to pop his
still
eye
see-
out.
Yeah, but the one that he threw in the lake, he'd still be able to see through it and see the pictures in his brain
Well,
and
yes.
make it swim around the lake
He could
and
do
operate
that.
it with his mind.
Obviously.
Or if he was Tony
Batman.
Stark, probably more likely. But anyway, look,
I don't know,
so
it's
Columbo
not-
didn't have a bionic fucking eye. Okay, I'm an
Right.
idiot. Moving on. You two didn't know he had a fucking statue.
No,
so
he didn't.
there.
It's just one apiece at the minute, then, isn't it?
Touche.
Let's talk about something sensible.
So
Back to Nessie.
Saint Columbia was travelling through the land and he encountered locals burying a man. They explain the man was
Excuse me, come again.
burying the corpse
Oh, right.
of the man.
Don't mind us, we're just burying a dead fellow.
Did he ask any questions?
Well, he's a saint, so I presume he did. They explain the man was swimming when attacked by a water beast. Allegedly. medieval CSI.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
that this big old beast just jumped up out of the water and just killed your mate? None of you lot. Just killed your mate and fucked right back off again.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Can I see the body? No.
And you fuck. Surely it would have some bite marks or bruising or damages.
Yeah, it's got all that.
To be honest,
got all that.
I came across two people in
This
the
is a
woods
group of
burying a
men.
body.
This is a group of
A
people.
group of people burying a body.
Yeah.
It goes all silent and weird, and they say a water beast come out of the water and killed her. I go, yeah, right, mate, I believe you. You know what I mean? You're not gonna say.
I didn't see nothing.
Something smells fishy here.
Well,
I
remember,
didn't see
Mike,
nothing.
remember, this is the 6th century AD and he's a travelling sort of holy man. He's probably pretty safe. He's, you know...
Well,
What,
it's
did
the
he know
6th century,
Kung Fu
man.
or
It was.
something?
It's notoriously pretty violent part
Yeah,
of
but
history.
he's also, like, as a priest, most people have got that underlying religiousness. They probably wouldn't go there to kill a priest.
Yeah, but to save their own
Yeah, but if you
skin.
start meddling in the affairs, they will.
Oh, hang on, let me just tell you what I wrote down. It's
Go on then.
encountered locals burying a man. For all he knows, he could have gone to the village, there's a funeral on. They're not just burying him at the side of the lake. There could be a funeral on.
Right.
And he's like, what happened? I'm a saint, I can do some shit.
But it wasn't a funeral, it was two blokes burying another bloke
Well-
at the side of the lake.
Well, Saint Columbia...
One of them great big oars just fell on his head. Now fuck off, Mr. Saint. Or shanky you.
One more thing.
A great big sea beast, you say? Yeah, he went that way now. Fuck off.
Before I throw your glass eye in the sea.
It's bionic, don't you know?
Not in the 6th century.
Time travelling monk.
Oh no, that throws a whole perspective into things, doesn't it?
What,
Can we
Monk
stick...
the detective? That autistic
Oh my
one.
god, that means
No,
you've got
man,
two of the
man.
greatest detectives on
Yeah.
TV joining together to solve the Nessie
And
case.
travelling through time.
Wow.
In another dimension, it's happening.
It is.
Well, they might not find Nessie, but at the very least, they'll be able to prove that these two cunts murdered this other dead at the side, didn't they?
In a parallel universe, they are hunting Nessie.
Well, they are, yeah. All things are happening.
Yeah. So, can I carry on?
Sorry, we're just questioning the same story. We're journalists, Ben.
That's true. I like how St. Columbia sent a follower into the water. Didn't go himself.
Mama didn't raise no fool.
Exactly. The beast approached him, but St. Columbia made the sign of the cross and said, "Go no further, do not touch the man, and go back at once." And the creature stopped as if pulled by ropes and then fled.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ.
It's an unholy beast, and therefore it's been banished by a saint.
Satanic Nessie.
Well, now I think the priest's full of shit as well. He's in on it with the two blokes who murdered him.
Do you think he took a kickback?
Yeah, we'll all stick to the
Donation
big
to the
beast
church,
story.
my son.
There you go.
That's exactly what he just said.
You two get away scot-free with the murder and the burial, and I get to tell a fucking story about a giant scary beast
that I was banished.
That I banished with just using the power of Christ.
That'll do wonders for me sainthood.
Everyone's a winner. Just keep it stum.
Oh, and here's a piece of paper. Thanks for the money. Here's a piece of paper absolving you of all sin for the rest.
Yeah.
Up to now. There you go. Signed by me, St. Columbia. There you go. Have that.
Sorted. And when it was all over, the two blokes who murdered that one in the first place shanked him in the back.
And took the money back.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
so well that ends well in the 6th century. And then they went off to visit some local hooers.
Ooh, 6th century prostitutes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They used some of their money to buy them teeth.
Well, the 6th century, no.
I got you some wooden teeth, my dear.
Oh, teeth? Sorry,
Yeah,
is
what
it
did you
tea?
think I said? Not tea.
Tea in the 6th century?
Why would I buy a hook of teeth?
Why would they buy a hook of teeth?
Of teeth? Just because, you know, they'll look better with teeth. They'll look less like crack whores from the 6th century.
I think it's
Anyway.
more to do with just malnourishment and poor hygiene.
I guess.
And
You know.
plague.
No, wouldn't teeth the sign of...
Mind
you know-
me, bew boys, don't let them squirt on you.
Well...
She had the plague.
Poor old.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah. I'll move it forward because we go to D. Mackenzie in 1871 or 1872. He saw an object resembling an upturned boat on a log, wiggling and churning up the water, probably because it was an upturned boat on a log.
So
D. Mackenzie.
Hold on, so he's admitted what he has seen a log.
Resembling. So the stereotypical thing of Nessie is a hump in the water, isn't there? And then there's the long neck. Well, obviously the neck might be underwater. He sees the hump sticking out. It's moving. There's a wake in its trail. That's what most of these sightings are, sadly. It's
sticks.
Logs just drifting away, and they're big logs, and it's just creating a wake. I mean, most of this footage is filmed a fucking long way away. And even with because there are sightings from 2018, right? You'd think smartphones, hey,
drones,
pretty good HD. No, it's all shit because it's
Took
so
your
far
smartphone
away.
in the middle of the lake.
Well, you try that and let us know how it goes on. The mic stand.
It's the Columbo method.
You know, it's so far away, as Mike says, when there's no horizon, it just, oh, look at what's that over there. And they zoom right in and everything's just really pixelated and grainy. It is when you
it's
zoom
like
in.
Like pictures of UFOs, that's why UFOs are never great, because they're like thousands of miles in the air.
No, Mike, that's because of cloaking technology.
Oh, right.
Well,
maybe the Nessie's got cloaking technology.
Well, that'd be scary.
This lake, right, I know it's big, but it's smaller than Scotland. And
Yeah.
Right. We know...
Well done, Gaz.
Yeah.
Scotland just isn't the
Stay
bit
with
around the
me.
middle of Loch Ness, you know.
Stick with me. I'm doing science here.
That famous lakeside city of Glasgow.
The loch is smaller than Scotland.
Yeah.
And we know what's in Scotland, don't we? On all the other bits of Scotland.
Scots.
Oh, we know what's there
Mountains.
though. We've got satellite imagery
Heather.
of every square inch of it. And we
Yeah.
know what's there. There's no unexplored bits of Scotland.
No.
So, how the fuck can an animal hide in the loch
Because it's murky and you can't see underwater.
We've got
and it's also one of the
equipment.
it's the deepest lake in the country as well.
It's that deep though, is it?
It's very deep.
And we can find what's in the. Well, we don't know what's in the sea, do we? But okay.
No, we've only discovered about 5% of it.
But the loch ain't as deep as the sea, is it?
It's not far off. Not the deepest point in the sea, but it is very deep. Actually, Mike, can we just quickly Google how deep is Loch Ness?
Is it a big hole in the middle of our island then? Well, their bit of the island.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a big inland freshwater lake. Or is it saltwater? I forget. Let's Google it.
I got some facts here. I remember it being
So
here.
why?
Oh, there we go.
I just think it's
750 feet deep and holds more water than in all of the lakes in lakes and rivers of England and Wales combined.
Wow.
It's the second largest loch by surface area and the largest by volume. So it's not even the biggest loch. But it's pretty fucking big.
Holds more water than all the lakes and rivers in England and Wales combined.
There you go. So looking for Nessie is literally like trying to find a needle in a fucking massive loch full of haystacks.
Well, they've been doing this for years.
They have. They've been doing it for years.
They
and
should have found it by now. It's a small bit of water.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Comparatively speaking, I know it sounds deep and impressive. Not as deep and impressive as my poetry, but but it's not that big a bit of water, is what I'm trying to say. They should have found it by now.
Part of the loch is 812 feet deep and has been named Nessie's Lair.
Oh, nice.
I go looking there.
Well, yeah, there's a clue to the name. It's probably got a throne.
Gold.
Yeah, a slave on a chain.
You phoned me. You get my gold. I've been collecting this for years. No, it's like, alright, but look at it another way. It's 812 feet deep. I'm pretty sure you can't dive in a suit that depth. Yeah? That seems excessive.
A submarine? James Cameron went down
that's
a mile or
great,
two.
but he's going to look for the Titanic. Like, that gets people excited. Like, oh, Titanic, oh, no one's ever really been down there. Like, do you want to go and see if we can find this mythical beast, the Loch Ness Monster? Yeah, I need you submersible for like 2 weeks. It's going to cost X amount of $1 million. Nah, fuck off, I'd rather keep the money. Going to the Titanic, oh, that's different, isn't it? You can make some money out of that. You can make some money out of Loch Ness.
You can make fucking money out of Nessie.
You know that not Loch Ness isn't fucking real.
You're not going to get a government grant, are you?
No. And in case a lot of money...
It's going to have to be a private individual.
Yeah, it would take some eccentric billionaire to do that. Although saying that, 1 million people visit Loch Ness each year and it generates 25 million quid for the local economy.
But if every one of those people...
Put a quid in.
Put one less fucking sausage roll to stuff down their face and just threw a quid in a bucket, maybe in 200 years we could buy a submersible.
And what happens if they search it inch by inch and they find nothing?
Well, you know it's bollocks.
Well, then you aren't going to get 25 million quid for the local economy.
No, that's
so
true.
maybe the people in charge don't want people looking.
Look,
they're standing in the way of the truth.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just gonna jump off the fence
For
slightly.
money again. For money again.
I'm just gonna jump off the fence slightly. There isn't a monster. It's just bringing 25 million quid into their local economy every year. So they don't want anyone to find anything.
That's what I've just said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pure capitalism, Mike.
No, but it exists because, you know...
Of course it is.
Monsters nicknames
I'm
Nessie.
not doubting that someone...
Pure.
I'm not doubting that at some point someone has thought they've seen a fucking sea monster, right? Living in Loch Ness. Probably because of the abundance of whiskey in Scotland.
Quite possibly.
There are 200,000 searches for the Loch Ness Monster on Google each month.
Yeah, but they should be searching Google. They should be searching the fucking lake.
They should be searching their hearts.
Normal visibility. Normal visibility underwater is no more than 4 inches.
Yeah, 4 inches is pretty big. That's like that. I mean, I'm holding my hands quite far apart. That was a visual gag with the...
Well, just paint your cock. Fucking luminous.
Make it radioactive paint on it.
Yeah.
It gives off a glow.
And you'll know you've got 4 inches of light. I accept that is shit visibility.
There are 2 layers of radioactive sediment beneath the water of Loch Ness. The first was a result of the Chernobyl disaster.
What was the second?
Well, probably... What was the other explosion we had?
Fukushima?
Could be that.
So it's been absorbed into the lake through the atmosphere of fallout.
Yeah, the rain's come down, radioactive Rain,
it's
it's
gone down to
late.
the
Oh.
Yeah.
So, are we now into the realms that Nessie is in fact a radioactive
Holy
monster like
fuck.
Godzilla?
Oh shit! If one
It's not
day,
good, is it?
You know, some
woken-
fish has fucking had some of that sediment. All of a sudden, massive neck, big
Actually-
flippers.
No, think about it. Because this Pleiosaur is shit at swimming and it lives in water, so it'd just be a giant one that's shit at swimming.
Yeah.
If it gets on the land and flaps about a bit, and
Yeah,
breathes fire,
absolutely.
we're fucked, but
Yeah.
what's that one there? Can I read that?
Yeah.
On April 1st, 1972, newspapers announced that Nessie was dead.
Oh no.
It was part of an April Fool's Day prank organised by John Shields
Oh,
of
phew.
Flamingo Park Zoo, who planted a dead seal in the loch. Wow, humour was much different in the 70s.
Look at that dead thing, it's Loch Ness.
That's a
All
dead
the kids
baby
are crying.
seal. Yeah. Oh, it's alright, it's not dead, Nessie, I was joking. It's a dead baby seal.
I clubbed to death.
In the name of a jape! A jolly newspaper jape! All those traumatised children.
Kids were tougher back in the 70s.
And just kicked him into the loch. There's not the fucking water around here, laddie. Without your tears. Yeah, sorry.
The Thatcher government seriously considered an official Loch Ness monster hunt. There was even talk of using dolphins from America to help look for it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, weren't they cutting everything else?
Dolphins with laser swords attached to their backs and stuff.
No, just dolphins.
They were persecuting the miners, weren't they? And
I have to shit on my dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yep.
Makes for good comedy.
And tears.
Only for you.
I know. What's that then, Mike?
Well, that's an image taken by an Apple Maps satellite above Loch Ness, but I mean, that's nothing like the monster that anyone's ever fucking described.
no, it looks like a whale, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Anything.
or a giant squid.
Hammerhead shark,
Or jellyfish.
squid, jellyfish, massive jellyfish. That's what my money's on. Or a giant lost the tip of his penis. I'm sorry, I was spitballing.
The Loch Ness never freezes due to thermocline effect, meaning as the water in the highest 100-metre cools, it will sink and be replaced by the warm water from the depths. This can make the loch steam on very cold days.
Oh, perfect for camouflage, you see.
In 1970, the majority of the 13th series of Doctor Who was set in and around Loch Ness.
Well, never watched that, so don't know. The castle on the edge of the loch has been owned by none other than our good friend Alistair Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
And Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin bought it, and I'm pretty sure he wrote an album in there.
Yeah, he was into all that sort of satanic stuff, wasn't he, Page and that?
Well, a cult.
A cult and whatever.
In 1976, a group of people used bacon as bait in the hope of finding the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, they'd have found me.
And me. Well, you know, at least
And scientist Adrian Shine has been looking for Nessie for over 25 years. You'll be able to fucking...
I've got a video on him, actually.
God, is he a character, quote?
He is a character.
Is he the one that lives in the caravan and looks at Loch Ness all day?
Well, we'll find out, shall we?
Yeah, okay.
It's from the History Channel, I think.
We all want monsters. We want things that are bigger than we are, frightening, and hidden. But to be hidden, they have to be in lost worlds. And to some extent, Loch Ness is a lost world because of its darkness and its depth. It is those elements that, quite frankly, I'm probably responsible for reducing somewhat.
He's a character.
I'm Adrian Shine. I'm a naturalist. I lead the Loch Ness Project, which researches Loch Ness, and I have designed the public exhibition called the Loch Ness Centre at Drumna. Loch Ness is not huge on a world scale, but it is in terms of depth, and it was that aspect which attracted me. And so the search in the 70s moved underwater, and I was part of that.
I've been here for 10 years. I'm getting older.
The problem at Loch Ness was deep, dark, cold water. But there was another loch called Loch Moura, which had clear water and a similar monster tradition. And that's where I began in 19...
You're in the wrong loch, mate!
I built a submarine, a small submersible observation chamber to exploit that clear water. And I was looking upwards against the daylight on the surface, hoping that something big would swim over the top. But I saw so much more. Even the little tiny plankton would be outside the window. And so I developed a much greater general interest in what was going on in the loch. We ended up moving slowly from trying to ambush an anomaly to looking at the general environment, things that were plausible, such as the food web. Loch Ness is a cold water environment, and it is surrounded by mountains of very ancient hard rocks which yield extremely few nutrients. That is limiting to reptiles, for example, like the favourite Pleiosaur. When I was nearly 8 years old, I was taken by my parents to a little town on the east coast of England called Muntley. And one evening we walked down to the beach, and out towards the horizon we saw a series of fast-moving humps, all in line, moving across our field of view. That was the first time that I became aware of controversy. The fact that a conventional wisdom, i.e. science, did not believe in sea serpents, and yet witnesses who saw them did.
You saw it, didn't you? Yeah, oh, distinctly. I don't doubt there's a monster myself.
I just noticed a small, dark shape just out of the corner of my eye.
We saw this great neck emerge from the water.
And then there was the long neck, and you could see the 3 humps.
Our brains spend a lot of time trying to work out what we're seeing and then telling us that we're seeing it. And so what should be in Loch Ness? It should be a Loch Ness Monster. Now, the stereotype of the Norwegian sea serpent with its relatively short head and neck and lots of humps, we explained at Loch Ness. It was boat wakes. The Caledonian Canal means that quite large vessels move through, and the wave train left behind them is called a displacement wake, and when viewed from a low angle results in a remarkable illusion of solid humps. Now we're left with the Pleiosaur stereotype, with its longer neck and its shorter body. Now how could that be explained? What on Loch Ness has these flexible, long necks that we do know about?
Hookers.
Submersibles and long-headed
And it
things
might
stuck
sound
to them.
outrageous to suggest that these long-necked birds could produce monster sightings because of scale. But consider now the situation when the water is calm, it's flat, and doesn't contain recognisable objects. How then do we judge the scale of an object we do not recognise? And the answer is it's very difficult. If we don't recognise the bird and we can't judge the scale, then we are left with an image which is very similar to that famous surgeon's photograph that is the picture we would all recognise of a Loch Ness Monster. It is simply the conclusion of it being a monster because of the perceived scale, and the perceived scale, in the absence of evidence of scale, comes from expectation.
I think if we were to get a fish on the scale that the contacts would suggest, then I don't think anybody would be too dissatisfied, and all those eyewitnesses would have their vindication.
When I present the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster, I'm as anxious to show the lessons of what we've actually done. We haven't sat around the loch failing to photograph a Loch Ness Monster for 40 years. We know lessons outside the natural history and more into human perception.
Shall I tell you about the surgeon's photograph? Because that's the famous one.
Should we just say
Wanna
quickly
comment
that
on him?
bloke's name was Adrian Shine.
And he's been there for 40 years.
Yes, he seems like a nice bloke I'd like to have a joint with, but fucking...
Oh, I bet he smoked a lot of weed. With a beard like that.
I don't know, he looks a teetotaler to me.
Nah, them long cold nights on fucking Loch Ness, Tot of whiskey in your tea, doctor. All
We
right.
could persuade him. Tell us about the really weird shit you found. I found a bag of dildos once, right at the bottom.
Whose bottom?
They call it Nessie's lair because of all the bondage gear I found down there.
I was a prisoner for 12 years.
In my submersible.
I was an underwater sex slave.
Being whipped mercilessly by Nessie and her hordes of sexual demons of the deep. Wow.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds like a nice weekend away from Mike. Ooh, chains and whips. Ooh, suffocation.
No penis.
Where's the submarine?
Also, the fact that your penis is in another dimension.
That is true.
So the surgeon's photograph, which is the one he mentioned now, is a big famous one. You've seen it. You must have seen it. One with the long necks to get the water.
You saw it on the video.
Saw it on the video just then.
The listener didn't, but they'll know the one.
They'll know the one.
Look it up. Loch Ness surgeon's picture.
Taken by
one.
was Robert Kenneth Wilson, a London gynaecologist. Upmarket gynaecologist.
The fuck out.
No.
Never.
No, that's true.
Wow, I don't know why that amuses me, but it does.
He's looking for Fanny on the lawn.
Looking a bit of saucy nude sunbathing, wasn't he? Actually, we're suggesting that all gynecologists are just vagina-obsessed madmen.
But of course they are.
Actually, I think they must fucking, seen it every day.
What about the nasty ones you'd see?
That's what I mean.
So wouldn't that could be like a mental
you
block
are-
in sex?
you're a gynecologist.
I'm sure the lovely ones make up for
Yeah,
it.
maybe. Especially these more lovely ones than nasty ones.
Are you many lovely ones, or most people go to gynecologists when they're ill, do they? Or
No, they all have to go regular, man.
Yeah.
Women's health things,
Yeah.
So you'll see a full range.
Yeah.
I'm sure for every.
You'll see a plethora.
So for every fucking inside-out camel that you see, for everything that looks like a run-over badger.
For everything that needs a nip and tuck.
Anything that looks like a badger that's been run over, you'll see something lovely that will
warm your heart.
I don't know what it's like to be a
He's literally
gynecologist.
drowning in binge, this guy.
Quite literally.
And Nessie.
He was looking at the loch when he saw the monster on the 21st of April 1934. Quickly grabbing his camera, he took 4 photos, but only 2 came out clearly. The first shows a small head and back, and the second shows a similar head in a diving position, but only the first photo gained attention due to the second's blurriness. Although seen as definitive proof for many years with explanations sort of touted about, it's driftwood and even more weird, an elephant.
What?
Well, apparently, travelling circuses at the time, when they were passing Loch Ness, will let the elephants out to have a play in the loch.
Oh.
Nelly!
Yeah?
It's not Nessie, it's Nelly.
Nelly the elephant
Don't
packed
sing that
went
song.
for a swim in the loch. She fucking drowned and the body floated
No,
up.
elephants
People
swim.
thought it was a monster.
Elephants swim fine.
But really it was but not to like 800 feet.
Well, they don't go that far, they don't want to go back,
She
do they?
was sucked down to it was a tragic story. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want
The
to
whole
hear about
circus-
elephants drowning.
The whole circus had to stand by at the side of the loch and watch their beloved elephant, who they'd known for years, just drown helplessly and die, and then float around while like birds and stuff pecked at its flesh. And some other people
that's just
thought that was the Loch Ness Monster, but
That's
it
just-
was Nelly.
that's fucking grimdark.
That's tragic.
Well,
That
behind every great story, there's a fucking dead elephant. Not really.
What kind of great stories have you what experiences have you had? And why are you killing elephants, you cunt?
I don't know what's wrong with me tonight.
You're just not in like a film company. Every skip that comes in, has he got a dead elephant? Get rid of it!
Get out of here! You'll never work in this town again.
Oh man.
Have you seen Dumbo? Dumbo doesn't die in Dumbo. He did for me!
He did the version I watched.
Yeah. I don't believe elephants should be killed.
Oh god no.
I was just painting an audio picture.
A grimdark picture of a dystopian future where
Well, no.
a dystopian past where elephants are just killed by drowning in lochs and then
Well,
made to
just
come-
think there won't be elephants soon, so.
But then, well, yeah, that's
Don't
happier.
make me think about that.
But
It's
this
only a
is
Tuesday.
there's part 2 to the story. After a certain amount of flesh was pecked away from the elephant corpse by predators, it started to sink. It sank all the way to the fucking radioactive layers.
Brought back to
Sediment.
life.
Yes.
Yeah.
The electricity started to refire between the neurons. And yeah, an undead zombie Nessie elephant.
Morphing into something greater than it once had been.
Yes. And that's what Nessie truly is. There, we've solved it again.
Fantastic. Well, we just pack in there, then, shall we?
That's Nessie solved for all you conspiracy freaks out there. Yeah. Woo! That's why you listen to us.
Yes, the problem was with it, though, in 1975, a Sunday Telegraph article, which did fall into obscurity, revealed the creature was, in fact, a toy submarine built by Christian Sperling, the son-in-law of one Marmaduke Wetherell. Great name.
What a name.
Yeah. Wetherell had been ridiculed by the Daily Mail, twats, after he found Nessie footprints that turned out to be fake and he vowed revenge on them.
Right.
So his son-in-law got revenge for him by making a little toy submarine, sticking a big long neck on it, firing it into the loch, taking a picture, fooling the press. He's had a bit of silent revenge for his father-in-law, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the Daily Mail have tried to since bury this article.
It was the Daily Telegraph that buried it. It fell into obscurity, but that could only because it was only published in the Daily Telegraph. And in the 30s, there wouldn't have been that many papers about. You'd have had the Mail, the Telegraph,
The Times.
The Times. The Times don't report shit like that. The other day, they were all about fucking. They were all for the ruling class. The Times, wasn't it?
Only half the population can probably read, to be fair.
Also, well, in the 30s, of course they're good.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Dan Pitt, 8 years old, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they were taught how to read a little bit.
Them ones couldn't read. I think only posh kids could read.
No, I think they'd be able to read.
Please,
not to a good standard. Not to read the Times or the Telegraph.
No, not to read the Times or the Telegraph.
They could look at the phone.
They couldn't afford it. They might steal one out of a rich man's bag to wipe their ass
They
with.
might find one left in the bin that they decide to pick up. I don't know.
They would use half of it to clean the crusty shit from their fucking jippo ass cheeks, and the other half to light the fire and so their families will defrost. Dickensian, man.
Was it Edwardian, the Great Depression, weren't we? I suppose in the 33.
I don't know history. Everything
Hitler was coming to prominence in 33.
Look, in my mind,
he took over in 33.
There we go, Nazis.
In my mind,
you got cold, you got Nazis. Oh my God, it's grimdark.
Everything before 1940 is just like Edwardian, Dickensian. It all mixes into one. It goes like people with swords, Viking type people.
Right. Is this your take on history?
Yeah.
Gaz's history.
Yeah, it's sort of like you got Romans and that. Then it all gets a bit Viking-y, doesn't it? And like Robin Hood-y. And then like bronze and stuff comes along and it all gets a bit.
No, you put the bronze in at really the wrong time there, mate.
Bronze comes in before the Romans.
Then it's all a bit fucking.
Then there's the cavemen.
It's all a bit Dickensian.
You've got the Normans.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a bit,
You gotta know 1066.
Yeah, it was intense when his eye was out. Yeah. That fits into the whole the Robin Hood-y bit. It's all
valid point. Yeah. That's the same period of time. Yeah.
All right.
Then it all goes a bit hot air balloons and like top hats and telescopes.
Everyone got around in a hot air balloon with a top hat and a telescope.
Yeah. Then the Nazis come along. Right, then it's war for a bit.
Yeah. You missed World War One completely.
It's war, yeah, we don't think about that one. It's a bit war-y. Then it's fucking rock and roll and Elvis. And then my history starts getting good then. I could do individual decades then.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next episode.
Yeah.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I know about all of them.
We've just done the Bronze Age up to...
the Bronze Age
up to the 60s.
What was the Bronze Age? It came after the Romans.
For the Bronze Age to the 60s in 3 minutes, guys, just summed it all up. Brilliant.
And 80s is when, it's basically AH, you've got BH and AH. Before Hulkamania.
I see.
You know? So yeah. Back to Nessie. That was a fucking detour, wasn't it? Showing how much of a fucking... none of that was put on, folks. I'm a genuine historical tool. I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
I am a tool historically.
Apart from the Bronze Age mix, it wasn't too bad.
Well, he did he did miss the Renaissance, humanity's enlightenment
Well,
in the 15th
he did skip quite a bit.
Sort of 1500s. I mean,
At least it was in some kind of chronological order.
apart from the Bronze Age.
Apart from the Bronze Age.
That's well out. That's terrible.
I don't know what the Bronze Age is. Is that why they got swords?
He's out by about 2,000 years, though.
Yeah.
Plus.
I was not hired for fucking
Come
history.
We look at the ancient Greeks at their peak. You're sort of talking 300 BC was Thermopylae, somewhere around that sort of period. So
300 where the blokes with six packs.
yeah,
the men down
they
the
were
hole.
Bronze Age. Technically, they had bronze weapons and armour. So
So I was
yeah,
right.
you're talking 300 BC, but it's coming to the end of that at that point. I mean,
300 BH.
yeah, that one before Hogan. God, I hope that
That'd be 2,300 BH, wouldn't it?
Oh man, just think when Hogan becomes president in a weird fucking sort of what's that film, Idiocracy kind of thing.
He'd be a great president.
We're gonna redo the calendar.
Say your prayers.
Man,
The plants, they need Gatorade, they need electrolytes.
Eat your vitamins.
Do steroids.
Yeah. Human growth hormone.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's my hero. Fucking
Okay,
Nessie.
good for you. Nessie. Sonar readings 1955 were taken by the fishing boat Rival 3. They revealed a large object keeping pace with the vessel at a depth of 146 metres, 479 feet.
It was a shadow.
It was detected for 800 metres at 2,600 feet before contact was lost and no other sonar contacts were conclusive. Was it brought to the was Nessie brought to the surface by those pings? And then thought, oh fuck, that's a boat. That's not a fish.
That's not a fish. This is a fish. No. Nessie whips his dick. No, I don't know what I'm on about. I don't know. I don't know. I could have been
Delved into
anything.
Nessie porn for a minute.
Oh man, I've been seeing a lot in some groups where someone's written some kind of Bigfoot erotica.
Oh dear.
That's your next market, Gaz. You got 2 weeks off. Nessie erotica.
Boom.
The Loch Ness Muppet of 1977.
The Loch Ness Muppet?
Yeah, 21st of May 1977. Anthony Doc, air quotes, Doc in air quotes, Shields, a magician and self-proclaimed psychic, claimed to have summoned the creature from the water and described it as like an elephant squid. However,
he was clearly on acid.
However, the photos he took are fucking terrible, and hence the name Muppet, because it looks blatantly obvious, it's utterly staged, and there's no ripples in the water from around. It's just literally a foam head sticking at the water that you took a picture of.
That guy was eating a lot of acid. It was the 70s.
And he actually used a Muppet. It was the drummer animal.
Hey, maybe.
Just a blurry photo.
I mean, this gives you most. So we can put down most of the scale of the loch. I mean, 26th of May 2007, a guy called Gordon Holmes videotapes a jet black thing, 14 metres, about 46 feet long. But the footage is so far away, it could be a seal, an otter, a water bird, as we've said.
A plastic bag.
A plastic bag full of dildos, floating.
Used condoms.
Who knows?
I once caught a 7-inch black rib nobbler.
Canal fishing. There was a sonar image in 2011. Loch Ness boat captain Marcus Atkinson photographed a sonar image of a 1.5 metre, 4.9 feet, unidentified object underneath the boat, or certainly sonar image of it. But a scientist from the National Oceanographic Centre said it's a bloom of algae or zooplankton.
Exotic.
Somebody sneezed on the radar.
Yeah, or that, in all fairness. There's been searches for Nessie in 1934, during 1962 and 1972, the sonar study of 67 to 68, and the Robert Rhine studies of 72, 75, 2001 and 2008. In 2008, Rhines asserted the creature become extinct because of temperature changes due to global warming. In other words, he couldn't find it, so it didn't fucking exist.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't. It doesn't exist. It's died out.
It's died
That's why I
out.
couldn't find it. It's dead.
Dead before I got there, mate.
Yeah, died out. Global warming.
Sorry to all the investors whose millions I spent, but yeah, dead before I got there.
Exactly.
Did you find the corpse? Nah.
No, you didn't see that. Yeah, problem. So we've gone through some of the misidentifications, bird wakes, eels, elephant, Greenland shark. Apparently is one type of shark.
The sharks in the rock.
Yeah, it could be. It was, you know,
cold, isn't it?
I don't know. Greenland shark, I suppose. It's,
oh well, yeah, I suppose it likes cold waters.
A Wells catfish,
Yeah,
which
that's what
apparently
I
has
heard it might
been
be.
released by somebody because isn't it like fucking huge for a fish?
Oh, there's a program called River Monsters. Have you ever seen it?
I keep getting told to watch it. Weirdly.
Yeah, and there's these catfish now. They're fucking huge, yeah, and they've learnt to snatch pigeons.
Wow.
So they come up on the shore.
Yeah.
Just grab it in its mouth and just pull it under.
So to misquote one of our favourite films.
They got your leg.
Yeah.
They'll probably fucking take a nasty bite out of it, but.
So to misquote one of our favourite films, Ghostbusters, like, oh, one hell, was it? Oh man, you made me wait and I fucked up the quote. So, someone saw a catfish in the loch. One hell of a catfish, bite your head off, man.
But it will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could get hold of your ankle. If you could take a pigeon, it could go over your ankle, knock you off balance, and you'd fall into the water and drown, possibly.
Yeah.
And it'll feast on you for a few days.
Yeah. Reminds me of one of my favourite Family Guy episodes, the catfish one.
Oh yeah, Salty.
Is it called Salty?
No, the fish is called something else, but the sailor's called Salty, and he's the one that designed the fish.
That's it. Yeah, it's mechanical, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That
is it a mechanical
Peter becomes a pirate, doesn't he?
That's it. No. Peter's the fisherman.
Oh, the fisherman. Yeah, that's it.
Searching for Daggermouth.
Daggermouth.
$20,000 reward for Daggermouth, but it's actually an animatronic robot designed by Salty the sailor. Trying to get a Nickelodeon deal. So other misidentifications are trees, wakes from boats, optical effects, seismic gas,
swamp gas,
folklore and hoaxes. Let's face it, people like to fucking hoax you. So there is a search going on at the minute, believe it or not.
Right, who's conducting that?
This guy called Professor Nick Gremmel. He's a New Zealand scientist, and he's testing DNA found in the water over a 2-week period to determine what creatures live in the loch.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this. Yeah,
but
they're going to find a Nessie, though, aren't they?
No, probably not.
In a sample of water. How big's a sample of water?
Yeah, isn't it?
Well, I presume they're. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're taking samples of water and testing it. I'm not a scientist, Mike.
He's going to be very hopeful in that one sample of water to get Nessie, like
well,
in this big glass box.
They're testing it over.
Whoa, we got it!
Hey, maybe when you're not really looking for her, that's when you'll find her.
You might find microbial Nessie fecal matter.
Yeah, DNA.
Still DNA.
I mean, maybe they're just taking massive samples of water. He's got a boat dredging stuff up and then lifting it up.
Maybe he's got 800
If you really want to
feet.
find it, you drain the loch.
He's not going into the jam jar and just dipping it in every day. You're testing that.
No Nessie. No Nessie.
Yeah.
No Nessie.
Yeah, they're doing DNA testing. I don't know, Mr. Burns does it in The Simpsons.
So what? We have to fire a
finds
massive
Nessie.
missile at the bottom of it to drain it.
I don't know how they do it, but to dredge it, that's the only way you're going to find out.
Yeah.
Get a
Drain the
2-mile
loch.
long net. 'Cause it's 700 metres long. I don't do maths. Get a net that's 700 odd metres long. 800 metres long.
812 feet.
Two boats,
That's
two
it.
big boats,
Yeah.
either side.
Drop it in and dredge the entire thing.
There
We'll
you
kill
go.
every living marine animal
Yeah.
in there.
Is it
But
worth
we
it?
will finally put this shit to bed.
Well, they're going to die soon anyway, so.
Yeah, the acid rain will get them, or the
Great.
nukes, or the pervert,
Or the
or the
plastic.
Tories, or the plastic, or the priests.
Or the Tommy Robertson supporters.
Yeah, they're not safe.
Can we throw them in there as well? That'd be nice.
Okay. Feed Nessie.
Did you know this government wants to put nuclear waste under
National
parks?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's not good.
Well,
Well,
that's
Brexit
right,
Britain. I prophesied a nuclear wasteland being fought over by roving gangs of road warriors. It looks like to be proved right.
When we write comedy, the Brexit Chronicles.
Yes. Yes.
That'll be in it.
So yeah, it's that's how it's. I did prophesise this, and it looks like it's coming true.
So I'm going to have to go down the spa and smash Maureen's head in over a tin of beans.
Pretty much. So in the Daily Star, one of our favourite items, articles, newspapers, 18th December 2016. A monster hunter and cryptozoologist I love the word monster hunter because they never catch anything.
That's why they're hunted.
John Downs says there's no way on earth that the Loch Ness Monster is a Pleiosaur, and he was appearing with Giorgio. I'm not going to say his last name, from Ancient Aliens. It's like Tsusalukos, it's Greek, and I can't say it. So it's Giorgio, him with a big hair. We're dealing with something more than just a large prehistoric creature. What if the Loch Ness Monster isn't a creature, but an alien craft?
Okay.
He goes on to suggest the loch might be a gateway for alien ships to travel through, because UFO sightings are numerous around the area.
Could the UFO sightings around the area have a lot to do with the fact that the area attracts the sorts of people that are going to see UFO because they believe in fucking Nessie?
Cause and effect.
People like you. I'm looking at you, Ben.
I don't believe in Nessie.
UFOs, though.
Yeah. Alien crafts, not necessarily
Anyway,
UFOs.
yeah,
The two aren't interchangeable.
I did skip over that, did I? This is a bit of a... So, a spaceship shaped like a dinosaur. So what, it's like one of the Power Ranger things. It fucking transforms.
Yeah, I don't go this far up the trail, admittedly.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if that was the truth. If I got to ride in the Nessie ship, which then transformed into a Nessie bot.
You will fuck anything, won't you? I want to ride the Nessie ship.
Yes, I will fuck anything, but that's got nothing to do with the fact that I want to ride the Nessie ship. Thank you very much. And yes, while we're at it, of course I would fuck Nessie if I had the chance. So.
And it was female.
You were bound to ask me.
No, you're an equal opportunities employer.
Yes.
Here's when it comes to cryptids.
So yeah, that is the Loch Ness Monster, what I've got on that. They're looking for it. They haven't found it. Giorgio thinks it's an alien spaceship.
I think
there you go.
Bollocks. I think there might have been one there once upon a time. It's dead.
What, about 150 million years ago?
Or the one that St. Columbo found.
Wow. In the alternate universe where Columbo had his sonic radar eye, which was also an underwater drone.
And Monk was there.
Then yeah, they found it. But in
this, Bill Cosby had been one dimension because he was like, they had the Bill Cosby mysteries.
What? You had to bring it down.
In every dimension, there's a different
He's the
famous
bad guy.
TV detective with
luck. Well, yes,
with Columbo.
One of them he is.
So in one of them, you got David Jason as Frost.
Oh, I love him. So anyway.
I'm trying to think of the guy from Midsummer Murders is there.
No, I don't want that universe. In this
John
dimension,
Nettles.
in this
He'd be doing double duty as Bergerac.
I don't think Nessie is...
Lovejoy? Oh yeah, he'd be there.
Lovejoy.
Imagine Lovejoy and his crew on a hunt for the Loch Ness Monster.
No. I prefer the A-team to go after it.
That's true.
Anyway, look, I think the Loch Ness Monster in this dimension, in this reality, I don't buy this one. Someone should have found it by now.
What if multiple realities are bleeding over by the loch and that's where we get it?
Well, then that's the truth, then, isn't it?
I'm just spitballing.
I don't think Lucky. Nessie's in the Lucky.
I'm not going with it. I watched a lot of videos and I wasn't convinced by any of them.
It just sticks.
Prove me wrong, listener. There you go. There's your challenge. Prove me wrong.
Well, I'm going to shock you guys. I'm going to say it exists. My fuck.
Mike.
You know what? I think there's more chance of Bigfoot existing than Nessie.
Probably,
yeah, probably.
There's more area to search.
Yeah.
Plus the that big giant ape. What was his name? That's it. Man.
That's it. Oh, fucking hell, that's stoned recall.
You've taken the piss out of my not remembering the Bronze Age from the Roman Age or the.
You get a science badge for that one.
Thank you, Gigantopithecus.
Not for your Bronze Age, though.
In fact, we've actually just taken away the science badge, so you've just got nothing now.
My history badge. So yeah, the Gigantopithecus could ride Nessie.
Well, he was only extinct 100,000 years ago.
Yeah. Allegedly extinct.
Allegedly extinct. Which, if this is a Plesiosaurus, that was extinct about 150 million years ago.
It's a long time.
It's gone. It's just tourists wanting to get the money.
They're 25 million quid a year in the local economy, which otherwise would have fuck all.
Mm-hmm.
So Bridgend, there's a full plant of McDonald's. You know, you got choice or get out of there. Same with Loch Ness probably, but now you can go and work in your dad's Loch Ness souvenir shop, which is fucking raking in $1 million a year.
Sell Loch Ness teddies to Americans who should know better. So yeah, that's my conclusions. Yeah. Or it's an alien spaceship that looks
That
like
bearded
a
bloke's in
dinosaur.
every day for a fry up in your cafe.
Yeah, I'd chat to him. I like him.
40 years is wasted his life.
No,
Well, he doesn't
like
think
you
he
said,
has.
then other things.
He built a submersible. I couldn't build that. Fair
He's
play to
learned that
him.
there's no fucking dinosaurs in the loch.
Yeah.
Which is more than the...
Bloke testing that DNA.
No, I was going to say the Christian church, you believe it?
Yeah.
He's probably learned over the years that if he asks really nicely, Mary from the bakery will give him an hand job.
Not into the dough though.
40 years. Well, he
Oh.
Strange them locals. So yeah, come on, let's wrap this. Now I've lost a bit to speak.
So I
think we've done on Loch.
Yeah, we're
Nessie
done on
now.
Loch Ness. I think we've got our verdict. So I'll read you. I
Ben's
won't
got
go
a
into
treat.
I won't go into the sightings. I'll read you the names, and we can do this on another episode. About UK cryptids, but I'll give you the names. The red-eyed owl man of Maonan.
So these are what the top 10.
Yep,
UK
top 10
cryptids.
UK cryptids. We scroll down a bit, please.
Yeah.
He's got a hypnotic glowing red eyes, dark wings, he uses a cloak, and long and dirty yellow talons. And he looks like an owl man.
Wow.
Well, he is called the Owl Man of Maonan.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like a He-Man villain.
He does actually.
Yeah.
This is from a site, Britain Explored, I think it's called. And then we've got the Ape Man of Royal Tunbridge Wells, is Bigfoot. Although he's got demonic red eyes, which are bloodshot.
Wow.
Fangs visible from a distance, and he's tall with a fur-covered body.
It's just a hippie.
Maybe.
An escaped hippie.
The Morgua, the sea serpent of foul mouth. Short horns with rounded knobs. Large mouth with many fangs, and a coiled body with small flippers.
So the typical sort of Chinese
Your typical
dragon.
your typical sort of sea serpent, isn't
Yeah.
it, really? And then we've got the dire wolves of County Fermanagh in Northern Ireland.
The dire.
Yeah, they're twice the size of a normal wolf, with red and bloodshot eyes and shaggy grey and black fur. Although dire wolves, of course, were nicked for Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah.
The Blue Man of Minch, he's got blue skin with a muscled torso, a powerful fish-like tail, and long, dark and matted hair.
Aquaman?
Basically,
The
except
modern take on Aquaman is a
well, the
rip-off
ancient
of
take
this.
on Aquaman.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean the new Aquaman movie currently, he's not a blonde-haired man in a tight suit. He's a long-haired
Well,
biker dude.
I've seen Justice League.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He looks like this guy.
Well, with a tail.
Yeah, but he's like, you know, the muscly, long-haired.
For the next one, now I know where Aardman... Is it Aardman? The people that did Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah, versus the were-rabbit.
Yeah, I thought it was made up, but obviously not.
No, it's the were-rabbit of the Peak District. Huge, wide-set black eyes with a long snout with black nose and muscled legs with long feet.
Wow, sounds terrific.
The werewolves of Cannock Chase, that's quite local to us.
I've been to Cannock Chase many
Yeah,
times.
so have I. With its narrow and lustful yellow eyes, leering expression, and animal-like while semi-naked. So still wearing trousers.
It's just a hairy nonce, isn't it?
Can we say nonce? The big grey man of Ben McDewey, a giant hominid, a sort of AP guy, easily 2.5 metres tall, covered with grey fur and rags, and huge shoeless hairy feet. So effectively kind of bit of a UK Bigfoot thing going on.
Yeah.
And he's Scottish. That's why it sounds so weird. McDewey is Scottish for Bigfoot.
And then of course you have Loch Ness in there, and the Beast of Bodmin Moor.
That's quite a famous one.
I've been to Bodmin Moor quite a lot, and it's an exercise ground, it's an army training ground, and I've never fucking seen anything.
So it doesn't exist because you never saw
No,
it,
but I've
then?
been out at night on that moor a lot, and
there is an insight into Ben's world.
I'm just saying I've never seen anything. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I've never seen anything. I've been
Just
there a
giving
lot.
us some field research.
Alright. A hybrid of a giant hound and panther, savage jaws and teeth, and dark matted fur with a foul smell.
I'd like to point out that a hound and a panther would not be able to breed.
They can in this reality, Mike.
But they're cryptids, they're mystical, they're
Yeah.
powerful, they're magical, like Nessie.
vibrant.
She has a cloaking device.
Yeah.
Because she's a spaceship.
And that is it.
So we might go into some of them in more detail in future episodes.
Yeah, I think we should do a UK weird shit episode.
Definitely. But now my favourite one. Dogmen in the UK.
Okay.
This is from Mysterious Universe and by Neil Redfern, who is a published author and UFO researcher.
Neil Redfern, he also used to play for Barnsley.
No, not that Neil Redfern.
Alright.
Different guy. Unless it is the same guy. Who knows? Just a few nights ago, while I was doing radio, I was asked about the issue of dogmen, as referenced in my recently published book, Shapeshifters. A woman called in and asked if there are any reports in the UK of what have become known as dogmen. It was a good question. For those who may not have heard of the phenomenon, dogmen are wolf-like creatures that witnesses state can stand and run at very high speed on 2 legs and 4. And of course, all this is very controversial, as the dogmen are the closest equivalent to the legendary werewolf. Needless to say, any mention of real-life werewolves inevitably provokes rolling eyes and shaking heads. Not in this room! But the fact is, there are many hundreds of such accounts on record, many of them chronicled by a woman called Linda Godfrey. There's a lot of reports of dogmen, a spate of them in the summer of 2006 in fact. In late June that year, when all hell broke loose, reports flew around Staffordshire, England's Cannock Chase woods, to the effect that nothing less than a fully grown wolf was wildly roaming the area. And early on the morning of the June 28th, motorists on junction 10A of the M6 motorway near Cannock jammed Highways Agency's phone lines with reports of a wolf-like creature that was seen racing between lanes at rush hour. Motorists stared with utter disbelief as a 3-foot-long beast described as greyish-black raced between lanes, skillfully dodging cars or leaping for cover in nearby trees.
I just said that 3 foot long is not that big.
No, that could be just a wolf or a big dog.
Or a big dog.
Yeah, it's a big wolf.
So earlier on in the day, they heard on the radio there's a giant wolf roaming the area Cannock Chase. They see a dog.
Boo.
Boo.
And they're on the motorway doing 70 mile an hour.
I think they were in a jam.
No, it says 10.
Oh yeah.
Junction 10A of the M6 motorway jammed the highway.
Jammed the phone line. Sorry, I thought.
So yeah, they're doing 70 mile an hour on the motorway, maybe 60 in heavy traffic. That's pretty. Things go by in a flash, you know. You ain't gonna have a very long to look at this dog wolf.
Well, apparently they did think it was probably an escaped husky.
There we go.
But Saga Radio, the first media outlet on the scene, said in reply to the statement to the Highways Agency, everyone who saw it is convinced it was something more than a domestic dog. I know it sounds crazy, but these people think it's in a wolf.
Well, a husky looks like a wolf.
Exactly.
Maybe there are a few feral wolves out there. Who knows?
Maybe.
There used to be indigenous wolves. Maybe.
Well, they did, yeah. But
so did we kill them all in the end of this country? Yeah.
Well, there might be a few.
And bears.
Oh man. So yeah, we go on with this. Have we got the Dogman of Hull article? Now, in Hull, of all places, they had the Sunday, May 15th, and this is 2016. Residents were trembling in fear after seeing an 8-foot-tall werewolf in the British city of Hull. 7 separate witnesses spotted the creature lurking in an abandoned industrial estate outside the centre of Hull. One woman saw it turn from man into beast.
She saw the transformation?
She did. And then another couple saw something tall and hairy eating a German shepherd next to a drain in a ditch.
Tramp.
A bear. A tramp.
And
tramp
now,
on bath
and
salts.
at the time, locals were planning a werewolf hunt. I don't know how that went down. Couldn't find a follow-up article.
I can picture the scene now. Pitchforks at the ready.
Yeah. Burning torches. Yeah. Werewolves out.
Yeah.
I heard it was a Muslim wolf.
Oh.
Burn him!
Burn him!
Oh,
I bring peace and love. He brings peace and love. Break his legs.
Don't let him get away.
It's the wolf of peace. Stab it through the brain. Eat its brainstem. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go into some of them a bit more in detail later on, I think. So America, you've got your little monsters. The rest of the world's got theirs. We've got ours.
Ours are dog men. Little Jack Russell men.
One report I read, genuinely, it said that this woman saw it and said that it was as big as her car, which was like a small kind of 2-door kind of car. When it was on all fours, I thought,
She's exaggerating.
Yeah, she maybe. We all know the human memory is a fickle thing.
And old ladies are cunts. So.
I don't know how old she was in all fairness.
Bit harsh.
I know, yeah, that was harsh. So, shall we, what are we finishing up
Bit of
with?
weird news.
Yeah, a bit of weird news. I think we're all in agreement that cryptids are bullshit. Some of them. This one, Portsmouth, the Guardian. Man fined for pretending to be a ghost in Portsmouth Cemetery.
Brilliant.
Police spokesman so it says witnesses complained about Anthony Stallard throwing his arms in the air and saying, "Woo!"
Was that it?
Yeah.
Is that the extent of him being a ghost? I
Probably.
thought maybe he may have gone to some effort and
makeup effects. No.
Genuinely, there was a bloke round here, right? And we've got Bliss Hill Victorian Museum in our town, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he dressed up in Victorian clothing, got a gas lantern, and started walking around a church in Madeley at night, pretending to be a ghost, and he got spotted, and then he was arrested and fined, same as this guy.
Arrested and fined?
Yeah.
Why?
Because people were freaking out that it was a public order
You
disturbance.
could scare someone to
Public
death.
order disturbance.
Don't get pretending to be a ghost, Mike. It's against the law.
Fucking hell.
I think we should go ghost hunting for...
It's fascist society we live in.
Yeah, but if they scared you...
Are you sexually identified as a ghost, though?
Am I sexually identifying as a ghost?
Yeah, because if you said that, you get away with it.
That's an oxymoron of a question, really, isn't it?
You don't
ghosts can't have sex.
No, we've had at least two articles in Weird News of women claiming to have sex with ghosts.
That's true. The Haitian pirate.
Yeah, the Haitian pirate guy.
Jack.
And that woman who went on telly saying that miscarriages are just pregnancies by ghosts.
Fuck ghosts and people who pretend to be them. It would have been funny if the Ghostbusters turned up and used their nuclear-powered proton packs to burn the cunt.
I feel a bit sorry for him because he's 24. He's been out drinking with his mates. They started to play football in the cemetery.
Well, that's disrespectful.
And the witnesses complained to police that Stellar's rowdy behaviour and is pretending to be a ghost. The witnesses reported the group engaging in rowdy behaviour and one of them throwing their arms in the air and saying "woo." He was fined £35 and ordered to pay a £20 victim surcharge and £20 in costs. That's £75.
That's incredibly
For
British.
being
That
drunk.
is ridiculous, though, isn't it? £25 just for going woo.
It's a very British story, isn't it?
Yeah. So I thought, well...
He went, "Woo, officer." I mean, really, woo.
A charge of causing criminal damage to gravestones was dismissed. So they're kicking the gravestones over, that's not so good.
Yeah,
No.
but they got no evidence of it.
I'm more angry at him for playing football in the churchyard, 'cause
Yeah,
that's
that's a
disrespectful.
I would say.
Well, so it's meant to be a ghost, I suppose, but it's a bit of fun.
But,
Yeah.
and I'm just putting this down, if you've got two graves about 4 or 5 foot away from one another, they'd make great goalposts.
They would. This is true.
No need for jumpers, and you can put your stuff behind them.
Yeah, but there's
Your
no
phone,
light
your
in there.
wallet, your jacket wouldn't get hit by the ball.
Anybody
Just
over
throwing it
the
out
age
there.
of- Anybody who's not a teenager should not be fucking around in a graveyard.
What if the graves are facing the other way so you weren't diving across them?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Just
It's
putting
still
it out
just
there.
as illegal.
Just putting it out there.
Move on.
Yeah. We got a bit of a cryptid weird news one. Mothman is spotted in the skies of West Virginia, or it could be a UFO. No one seems to know.
Video submitted to MUFON, our friends MUFON.
MUFON, big up to MUFON, you shared us. Shows a mysterious humanoid flying entity hovering in the skies of West Virginia. But like I say, MUFON's investigating it as a UFO and not Mothman.
It looks like Mothman.
Well, it could be a UFO as well. We're looking at the picture now. If you want to go and see it, it's...
Could be Mothman, could be Batman.
Yeah, it could be Batman. See, I think that's all of a UFO.
Could be the Batwing.
Could be the Batwing.
Looks like a stingray, doesn't it, with that tail?
Could be a moth.
Yeah. Could be a moth on the lens of his camera.
Like it's an actual moth.
Well, I think we just debunked that one, boys.
Yeah. Next.
Greece is breeding new types of donkey because of overweight tourists.
I saw this one.
Remember when we told you that a zoo in Cairo is trying to pass off a painted donkey as a zebra?
Yes.
See my segue? We
Ah.
had that last time.
We did.
Yeah. Now they're trying to breed a new type of hybrid donkey that can deal with the weight of the overweight tourists that are being made to carry.
God.
Yeah,
This
over the
is a
years,
tragic story.
the humble donkeys become one of the symbols of the lovely, picturesque Greek village. Greek island of Santorini However, the size of some of the tourists who want to ride them up and down the steps of the island is causing the animals to become crippled.
It's terrible, man.
It is. Now the people who keep the donkeys are trying to breed them with hardier mules, which have the capacity to bear a larger weight as well, which will mean they'll find it easier to carry people.
I thought mules were sterile.
They are, aren't they? They can't breed. But then again, it's a horse and a donkey, isn't it?
Yeah, because a mule. Mules are almost always sterile.
Yeah, so you've got to really just try a lot of mules with your donkeys.
It's like an orgy.
Yeah, some kind of mule donkey orgy.
An equine orgy.
Campaigners say the weight they're being asked to lug up steep hills and hundreds of steps is unfair to the poor creatures.
Right.
And that's before we take into account the stifling heat during the summer months.
Walk yourself, you fat bastards.
But this, yeah, basically. It can cause spinal problems and back problems and spinal injuries, and also the issue of ill-fitting saddles coupled with that causing sores and wounds. Poor bastards. Poor donkeys.
Yeah.
We were just
So basically,
a gross picture there.
if you're fucking fat, don't go there. Don't walk up the
Think
steps.
of the
Walk up the
donkey.
steps yourself. Burn some calories.
Yeah, be self-aware. Look at yourself and say, "I'm too big for that little fucker." So yeah, that's just a sad state of the human. You know, it's like the
Condition.
movie Wall-E, isn't it? Wall-E, however you say it.
Yeah, of
We roll
course.
on our chairs, but donkeys instead. So yeah, oh man, have we got
But
the game show?
at least they've now said that they put a weight limit on getting on the donkeys.
That's good.
So that is
If you
good.
don't get on the scale, you can't get on the donkey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, lady.
Walk up the stairs, you fat bitch. Or man, whatever, bastard.
Fat bitch bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never go for likes.
Yes, the most popular game show in this flat.
Yes.
So what happens is Mike finds us a clip of a random weirdo that he's found on the net, and then he plays us a clip of Alex Jones, and we decide who's gone full Alex. And remember, listener, never go full Alex.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
Okay, so the first one we got is Rodney Howard Brown issuing a restraining order to the Antichrist.
I'm here, Rodney. I'm here waiting for you, mate.
The whole global plan for world domination is really driven by the spirit of Antichrist. And I just feel this even now because we pray. Therefore we pray. And we know the authority that we have. That just like in 2014, when we issued a restraining order, I felt that before I left here tonight, that I need to issue another restraining order. And this one is to do with these entities, these groups, this part of this cabal that is running the planet. And I'm just going to do this right now. So if you think I'm crazy, that's fine. I didn't come here. I don't care what people think. I'm here to deliver a message, whether people like it or not. I'm not going to change anything. I'm not looking to become accepted. I'm already accepted by him. I'm just a messenger boy. When the Federal Express package comes and you open it and you don't like what the message is, you don't shoot the express delivery guy. He's just delivering the package. I'm just here to deliver the message. If you don't like the message, go talk to the one who gave me the message. I'm just here to deliver it and to stand and to issue the restraining order.
Preach.
So right now, tonight, on this Friday night, night number 35 here at the DAR Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C., in the shadow of the White House, I take authority over every system that has been set in place by the globalist agenda to destroy America, to take this nation through our universities and our schools and our education system from the daycare all the way to the universities and even to the seminaries. I execute a restraining order against you even now, tonight, in the name that is above every name, the name of Jesus. I take authority over the spirit of deception that controls the media and Hollywood and all of the entertainment industry. I bind you even now. I render you powerless and ineffective. May your voice grow dim. In the name of Jesus, may the scales fall off the people of America over the eyes. May the ears come unstopped. May the lies be exposed for what they are. You foul devil of hell. You foul spirit of Antichrist. I bind you in the name of Jesus. This is not your hour. This is the hour of the Church of Jesus Christ. And to the Antichrist, you can wait in your hole where you belong until we are done. And we are not done yet. And we are not going quietly into history. If it means death, then so be it.
I'm a believer, man.
I've had enough.
He's got me.
I can see the plant standing up as he walks past.
He's got
I
me.
can see the language he uses.
He's getting standing ovations.
Yeah, by people he's paid to stand up and fucking applaud.
No, they're paying him.
Well, they're paying him and he's paying them. It's all, that's the crowd.
Well, he lifted my spirits. I'll tell you, I was ready to go with it there. I'm in the perfect balance of stoned and drunk, where I'm quite susceptible.
Susceptible.
Thank you. That's why you're the science officer. I'll leave you to the shrine. Yeah, I could see. I'm with it. I'm down for it. It's very positive.
Yeah.
Hollywood is evil, man.
I like how he's just sort of going, yep, we're in Washington, so I'm taking authority over everything.
I'm not sure you can... putting a restraining order on
the Antichrist.
On the Antichrist and entire industries, like you said, the entertainment industry and the games, the movies. How does that work exactly then? Because a restraining order is a legal document acquired from a court.
No, but it's in the name of Jesus.
Yeah, to stop you from coming in with a certain distance of it.
Yeah, but Hollywood, all those people in that room are like, yeah, boy! They're all really happy. They can still leave that church and like walk past the Hollywood poster. It's not obeying the restraining order, is it?
No, that's a flaw in his argument.
I don't
It's quite hard to enforce, isn't it?
I don't. That's what I was going to say. I don't think his restraining order carries much legal weight.
Unless...
Well, first of all, they'd have to deliver the writ, is it called?
Yep.
To
the Antichrist. So, that's all you've got to find the Antichrist.
I have received nothing so far. I have received nothing. This guy, I don't know who he is. I wasn't aware of him before this.
He's a very good talker, Mr. Rodney.
He's very good, I'll give him that, but he knows exactly what language to use.
Rodney
Get him
Howard,
word up.
man.
Get him riled up. Yeah.
You foul devil of hell! And he's a very...
He's no need for that, I'm sat right here.
And he's a white gentleman talking to a predominantly, I would say, black
This is
audience.
African American audience predominantly. There's white guys there though. I can see a couple of white guys at the front. No, they're at the front.
Power of Christ compels you. It's essentially what he's saying. So, shall we see what Mr. Alex is saying? This guy's put a restraining order on the devil. What's Alex up to?
Alex is defending Roseanne Barr. It happened a few weeks ago.
When she went on that mad rampage, attacking everybody and loving Trump.
It wasn't that bad. She just compared. She said something pretty racist.
Yeah, she said something about
compared someone looked like a character from Planet of the Apes. But then apparently I did hear it sort of. Apparently she said that she didn't know the person she was talking about was actually black.
I heard that, but I don't think that's gonna. I'm not buying it. I'm afraid.
No, look. When your show's been cancelled and you've got no job, and that was your big fucking comeback because you've been done nothing for fucking 10, 15 years, and then you come out and decide that you're a drunken racist bitch because I'd imagine she was drunk when she did it.
High and ambient, they reckon. I'm probably drunk as well.
Yeah, well, high and drunk. And then, oh shit, what did I do last night on Twitter? Oh, I didn't know she was black. I don't know what you're on about. I was just responding to an article I saw. Nah, bollocks. You've blown your fucking comeback. Get the fuck out.
Let's see what Alex says.
All right.
Chimpanzees, apes, orangutans. And you can see the comparisons. They teach that in sociology, psychology, anthropology. It's well known. So if you compare some black lady to looking simian, well, there's a reason. Because we are primates. That's why there's so many comparisons to humans and monkeys and to apes. Because some people look more like it than others. There are some white people that look more like apes than other white people. There are some black people that look more ape-like than other black people. I look ape-like. With my shirt off, in my birthday suit, I look like a gorilla. I mean, I don't have to work out. I got big chest, big arms, big legs. I'm bow-legged. My feet are flat. My dad is somewhat simian looking too. It's just the way it is. And I'm proud of it. But, I mean, this whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm hairy like an ape too. By the way, I'm proud of it. Women don't seem to mind, they seem to like it. So, I would say that I look more simian than most black people. But this mental illness of political correctness to say that we don't all, at one way or another, look simian is just a complete joke. I mean, it's like species of horses. Does a mule look a lot like a horse, even though it's not a horse? Does a donkey look a lot like a horse? It's a different species, but it's in the same family.
Wow.
Well, that was well, for his performance alone, the first guy's got to have that, Annie. I mean, Alex is just there using bad science, trying to defend the fact that
So he's trying to defend racism by saying white people look like monkeys.
Yeah, here's a picture of George Bush. Here's a picture of Donald Trump.
I just compared a white person to a monkey, so it's okay if I do it for a black person too. It's the same thing.
I'm an ape. Look at me. Look at me with my shirt off. Ladies love it. Oh, for God.
Work.
Always
My dad
the
was
ladies,
simian
Alex.
like.
My dad was saying, like, I'm proud of that. Oh my.
Explains everything, Alex.
Racism doesn't work like that, does it? You can't be like, I called that white bloke a chimp, so it's alright if I say it to you as well, Mr. Black Bloke. No, no, it's not.
No, well, that's an established racist term for black people. I mean, like, Cyril Regis, first black footballer.
He threw bananas at him.
He threw bananas at him, for fuck's sake.
Because he thought it was a monkey.
And he used to pick one up and eat them.
He did, yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it, could you?
No.
I think Alex is fucking scraping about that.
He's
trying to go to defend.
He knows there's a defence.
He's only defending it because she's a Trump supporter.
Yeah, that's it. He's been persecuted by the left, the liberal media.
Yeah. And he has to stick up for Trump now. Because even though for years he railed against the establishment and the globalists, now Trump is in power, he's fucking joined them. Praising Trump.
It's his mate.
Do you think Alex has taken the reptilian chilling?
Most definitely.
There's a question.
Yeah, probably. Well, I think.
Does that mean he's removed my Holy Trinity?
No, he's still in there. They've all taken the draconian. Maybe not Ike.
Ike hasn't.
Ike hasn't.
Nah, he's pure.
I don't think he has. I was listening to him earlier. I don't think he has.
He's pure.
Blair's taken the draconian.
Oh yeah, that's a definite.
Well, to sum up the game show, I think Alex is saying the stupidest thing, to be honest. Right, but that first guy gets it because he's saying something.
And I think his performance is better.
Well, he's saying something just ridiculous and metaphysical and like just it's ridiculous. Like, you can't put restraining order on a concept.
No.
You can't. And that was quite philosophical, wasn't it? So yeah, and Alex was just basically trying to justify racism by talking about donkeys. Oh God. Yeah. First guy gets it for me this week.
Yeah, I'm going with first guy.
Right, he gets it then.
There you go. I think
we're done.
We're done. Well done, boys.
Thanks for listening, people. Remember, you can find us on Facebook at Cutting the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse.
Leave a review if it's a nice one.
Yeah.
And share some memes and join in the fun.
Yeah, definitely. Send us some stuff. Correspond.
Easiest way to listen to the show as well is through the Facebook page, so you could share that with your friends if you would like. Thank you.
I don't know, maybe suggest an episode or two. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, man.
That's an idea.
What, right now?
No, the listeners.
Oh yeah, there you go. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking to me.
Send us an email and maybe suggest an episode and we'll look at it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that I've been Ben, and I'll say don't join a cult, don't drink the Flavour Aid.
I'll say I've been Gaz. Free Biff Tannen. Good night.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
Jedi.
We're just jealous.